in today's video is going to be such a heavy topic and something that's not usual for me, I guess. And I know that I won't get everything in this video, but this video is really just my reaction and my thoughts on the whole James, Tati, Shane, Jeffree drama that's been going on like right now, very recently this week. And the reason why I'm doing just a response, reaction, whatever you want to call it video, is because there's so many other videos where you can go look up on YouTube that explains everything, gives you the summary, gives you all the tea, the receipts, and so I just kind of wanted to put my response out there instead. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to be notified of every new video that I post or just every other video that I post. So grab a snack, grab some tea, because this is going to be a long and hard video. So to kind of go to like the beginning of all this drama, Tati released a video called Bye Sisters that accounted many times where James Charles was being inappropriate in her eyes, like trying to turn straight guys gay for him. And she was just kind of accounting all the behavior that she thought was unfit for someone like him. And then the internet went wild. It was Karmagedon 2.0. And to be honest, I kind of bought into his video, or to her video, and canceled James, meaning I just like unsubscribed from him on YouTube, because back then I didn't have a Twitter and I wasn't following him on his Instagram, just really on his YouTube. Which now, seeing that in her new video that she posted, I think on Monday or Tuesday of this week, taking back that video and apologizing to James Charles, I kind of still believe her in this video too, just because of how so many of her accounts, I guess, or so much of her story can be corroborated with other people just based on how scared she was feeling when that video came up, and it turned out that there was no victim coming up, there was no tea that was going to come up that would corroborate to her story, and so just how afraid she was at that time. It corroborates to many other stories that have been coming out against James Charles, or against Jeffree Star. So back then, during that time, I believed her, and when the whole series about the world of Jeffree Star came out, that Shane made, I really believed that Jeffree was this new person, or at the very least, understood and learned the lesson that he had from his past. And everybody else believed too, or at least the majority of them, just because of how credible, I guess, Shane Dawson had become as he grew away from his old content into his new content that he was making, like all the series from Britney to Jeffree to the world of makeup and to his makeup line that he made with Jeffree. It really seemed that Jeffree was a better person, I guess, or becoming a better person because of just how Shane portrayed him and how Jeffree was portraying himself on his YouTube channel and on social media and things like that. But on the other hand, you have James Charles coming out and with his response video to Tati's, kind of just disproving almost everything she's been saying, which makes sense now that she made her new video, because Jeffree and Shane had led her to believe that, this is allegedly because, we don't have the receipts, which obviously she can't produce, but they were feeding her these, I guess, lies about James Charles that made her do that video. And because those lies couldn't be backed up, at least at that time, because it could be now because of this voice memo, James Charles just disproved everything. So at that point in time, I just did not want to be, I just didn't want to follow that, and I didn't want to watch those kind of creators creating content but are so problematic and dramatic. So I just unfollowed everybody. And at that time I didn't have a Twitter, so I just unfollowed James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tati, because of the drama that had ensued. And because I didn't have a Twitter, all the tweets that Jeffree Star made against James Charles and his brother at that time, I didn't know until I watched drama channels providing those tweets, and it kind of just took me aback because I was like, well, yes, he did it. I don't want to say the word, but it did seem that James was kind of coercing these young men, coercing these men into some kind of relationship with him. So fast forward to now, with everything coming out, I was fully on board to cancel Jeffree Star and James Charles, or Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, just based on Tati's video that she came out earlier this week, because of how much it made sense. Obviously, not everything that she said should be taken fully. Some of it needs to be taken with a grain of salt because she can't release these receipts, this tea, the evidence that she needs to tell everybody, to tell all the world basically, because now it's on like news outlets that would back up her story, like all of her story. But since she can't do this, she can't release the evidence, it's because the legal team she's with will not allow her to release those receipts if she wants to take further action legally, which I think she is, because she didn't release those receipts, the text messages, the voice memos, the whatever. She hasn't released them because I think, my personal opinion, she's going to release them, or she's going to go forward with a legal action. But what I would like to point out is, what the hell? How is this even possible? This is just makeup. And how do these people just kind of like turn it into some kind of drama, turn it to kind of like a Maury TV show, or like Jerry Springer? So a lot of the things that are coming out, that are out there publicly, could have been dealt with behind the scenes, I guess, so far as like, obviously the apology Tati made was behind the scenes, but doing it publicly kind of shows everybody that she really is apologetic, and so it kind of saves her ass a bit, because I don't know what to say, because it shows everybody that she's really it's authentic, it's genuine. Her apology is genuine. And even though she said it behind the scenes, she still needs to let everybody know that she is apologetic and it's genuine, and it, just like I said. But anyways, when Tati dropped her video, I was quick to watch it, and I watched it twice just because of how heavy it is and how much tea there is in there. So I was quick to go to Twitter and just kind of watch all the drama spill out, and watch all the drama channels that I'm not subscribed to, that I follow on Twitter. Just kind of talk about it, and I wanted to see everybody's reactions, and what I got from it was that a lot of this could have been dealt with behind the scenes. Like the legal aspect of it could have been dealt with behind the scenes. We didn't need to know that she's going to be taking further action legally, but I guess that doesn't really matter because it's going to come out anyways. So, however, it's already done. It's already out there. It's already public. Doing the rest of this privately, I think, is kind of off the table because of every video that has made because of this drama. We need a closure. The public needs a closure. So what I really have a problem with this whole thing, I guess, is that is the response, the reaction from Shane Dawson and his fiance, Ryland Adams. And how eerily silent Jeffree Star has been is kind of scaring me, to be honest, because he's having Shane Dawson and Ryland Adams kind of freak out and cause all this commotion so that he could just kind of slink away, go behind the scenes, and kind of just do his thing before coming out and saying he's a different person, for apologizing, or to come out and provide that voice memo, which I don't think should go out because of how the victim doesn't want to step out. The victim of James Charles doesn't want to step out and talk about it. It's either he's just gonna stay behind the scenes, wait till all of this is over, then come back, or he's just gonna come back, release a bunch of stuff, release all of his dirt, I guess, on everybody, so that he can save his ass. Really, he's just gonna try to come back and save his ass. I think that's what it is. But getting back to Shane Dawson's and Ryland Adams' response, it was so disturbing and disgusting that I unfollowed them on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything. Because when I saw Shane's live Instagram, I was disturbed, to say the least. Like, I understand some of Shane's panic because someone's dragging your name through their dirt, and it's someone that you're not really in the community with. You know, that this is not your community. The only reason you're in this community is because you made the 2 series with Jeffree Star and you released a palette with him, or released a makeup launch with him. But what was disturbing to me was his reaction to when she brought up her assault story. It was disturbing, to be very honest with you. It was disturbing and it was disgusting how he could say those things about her, but to say them live, you know, that his response should have been kept behind closed doors, and he should have, you know, kind of sat back, went through, like, processed it, and then come out calmer, but not how he did it. He rolled his eyes when she brought it up and was going to say something like shut up or who cares. When he elected to stop and kind of just say, oh, well, I'm not going to call her any bad names. But not even 2 seconds later, he's calling her manipulative and calling her like a fake crier, which in my book is a bad name. And then Ryland Adams took to Twitter calling Tati a manipulator and how she basically was lying the whole time. Which if she was, she actually gets an Oscar for the crying and everything. Because sometimes it does kind of seem fake in a way because like she's shielding her face and stuff like that. But also, I shield my face when I'm crying. I don't want anybody to see me cry, so I understand each side of it. But when she broke down like that at the end of her video, that cannot be acting. I'm sorry, that can't be acting. And he even brought up the sugar hair bear thing with that drama that kind of started, I guess, this whole thing, which in my opinion isn't even about it. It's not about the sugar hair bear versus Tati's hair, nails, and whatever. It's not about that anymore. It's so much more than what Ryland said in that tweet. He said, Tati Westbrook, a master class in manipulation. The only was to save her reputation was to side with the person she tried to ruin. Make no mistake, this 40-year-old woman chose to post a video on her own accord. She riled up Shane before doing so to have one of the biggest creators backing her in the chance this all backfired. Shane very Shane very well would have posted a video exposing James had he felt so inclined. No receipts because she didn't want to expose the countless times she told Shane that she was a big girl doing this only for herself. Which my thoughts on that tweet was like, okay, obviously you think she's a manipulator and people don't. Okay, we can't come to a decision, a conclusion, a middle ground with that. But she literally said in her video how she can't release her receipts, her evidence, whatever you want to call it, because of how she's thinking about taking legal action, which I'm going to assume she will take legal action against them and Jeffrey and everybody else, because she said there were other people. She's going to take legal action against them, and him saying that she's not going to release them because she was a big girl who's doing this for herself is kind of bullshit, because she clearly explained that she can't release these because her legal team told her she wasn't allowed to. And then he went to say, "Hope you enjoyed those sold out vitamins that made you millions in 2 minutes from Shane's support, you two-faced liar." Like I said, this drama is not about the sugar hair, Care Bear, whatever thing anymore. It's about Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star manipulating Tati Westbrook. This allegedly, all this is alleged because obviously there's no receipts from either side saying that this is true, but this is not about that anymore. So I don't know why he keeps bringing it up, you know? So with the Trisha Paytas video that she uploaded, talking about Tati and Shane and all this drama, I haven't watched it because she really isn't relevant in this. Yes, this is her friends. This is the people she surrounded herself with. So I get why she wants to support Shane and kind of backtrack on Jeffree Star, but she really is not relevant because she's not in this community and she's not in this drama. This is between beauty gurus, not beauty gurus and Trisha. You know? I don't know, because I can understand that she wants to support her friend, but I can also understand that she's not a part of this. She was never a part of this, and she kind of just dragging herself into it. But that's kind of a gray area that I don't want to talk about, just based on I can see both sides. With that being said, let's get back to Shane's reaction to her video. So, what I find so weird is how he can immediately go on live after Tati uploaded her video, but can't apologize further or make a better statement to the Smith family for him doing the deed to Willow Smith, who was at that time 11 and he was whatever in his 20s. And I understand that was a while ago and that he apologized, but people are upset now, and that's what matters. The Smith family is upset now. People weren't upset then because his humor back then wasn't taken so seriously. But now that everything's changed, now that humor isn't appropriate in these times, people are going to be upset. And clearly, his apology video is not being accepted by the people who he's trying to apologize to. So, the Smith family and all the people he offended with his racist jokes, the other jokes that he made. I really don't want to say them because this is a clean, nice channel, kind of, with a few curse words, but in this video is going to stay professional, no curse words, no other things that are bad. So the Smith family is upset now about what he did, the joke he made to their daughter and sister. They're upset now, and it's not kind of clicking through his mind, I think, just based on how silent he is when they spoke out against him, but how he can just somehow go live right away when Tati uploaded her video. And I understand that it's something very heavy and it's against him basically, but also the Smith family was and is against him. So, you know, you kind of have to choose your battles, and I think he would have, the smarter choice would have been trying to do something more for the Smith family, or trying to at least apologize again and trying to make it genuine and sincere, which I'm not saying his apology video wasn't genuine and sincere, it just wasn't with the Smith family. So yeah. Those were my thoughts. Those were my thoughts and reactions to this whole drama thing. I understand that I didn't get through everything and that there were some things I left behind, but these were the main things that I wanted to touch base on. And I also understand that people who don't agree with me will not every one of them will be nasty or rude or mean about it, but some of them will, and I understand that, and obviously from uploading this video I will take it on, I guess, or I really don't care, because this is my opinion and there's going to be opinions, and really it's nothing like kind of different about other videos, you know? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!